What if I told you the real battle in tennis has nothing to do with your opponent? Yeah, nothing. It's not about who hits harder or runs faster. It's about what's happening inside your mind. Today, we're diving into the inner game of tennis, a book that's way more than just sports. It's about mastering the mental game, silencing that overthinking voice in your head, and tapping into peak performance, on the court and in life. Whether you're an athlete, an entrepreneur, or just someone who wants to stop choking under pressure, this book will blow your mind. So stay with us, because what you'll learn today could change how you perform, how you think, and how you win. Welcome to Ease of Education, where knowledge meets clarity and growth begins. We believe true freedom, whether on field of finance, self-improvement, or entrepreneurship, it starts with the right education. That's why our mission is simple: to bring you deep, meaningful book summaries on self-improvement, entrepreneurship, and financial literacy that don't just inform, they transform. Our videos may be slightly longer, but that's because we value depth over shortcuts. We focus on giving you the full picture, not just surface-level ideas. No fancy graphics, no unnecessary distractions, just pure, practical wisdom that speaks directly to your goals. Every video is crafted with care to help you build confidence, sharpen your thinking, and take smarter steps toward financial success. Here, it's not just about learning, it's about growing together. Subscribe and let's turn your curiosity into confidence, one book at a time. Let me ask you something. Have you ever been on fire, totally in the zone, only to lose it the second you realize you're doing great? You try to hold on to it, and poof, it's gone. Well, you're not alone. And that's exactly what the inner game of tennis is all about. This isn't a book about technique, it's a book about mastering your mind. And whether you've never picked up a racket in your life, this message is for you. First lesson. The battle isn't outside, it's inside. Here's the first big truth. Your performance isn't limited by your physical ability. It's limited by your mental interference. Author Timothy Gallwey says, "Images are better than words. Showing is better than telling. Too much instruction. Worse than none at all." Why? Because when we try too hard to control every little move, when we force performance, it backfires. Ever had a hot streak and thought, okay, don't mess this up? That's the moment it slips away. The harder you try, the worse it gets. Trying is the problem. Trusting is the solution. Lesson 2. Meet your two selves. Gallwey makes a mind-blowing distinction that flips the whole game. Inside every one of us, there are two selves. Self 1 is the talker. The voice in your head. The critic. Self 2 is the doer. The natural you. The one who knows how to hit the ball, ride a bike, or speak fluently, without thinking. Now here's the problem. Self 1 doesn't trust Self 2. So instead of letting your body do what it already knows how to do, Self 1 steps in and starts barking orders. Keep your wrist firm. Focus. Don't miss. Don't mess up. And that, my friend, creates tension. It kills flow. It replaces instinct with anxiety. Gallwey's big insight. The key to mastery isn't more control. It's less interference. You want to perform better? Then get Self 1 out of the way, and let Self 2 play. This is what he calls the art of effortless effort. It's when you're focused but not forcing. Active, but relaxed. Think of it like surfing the wave, not fighting the ocean. And that's not just how you win at tennis. That's how you win at life. So if you've ever struggled with overthinking, if you've ever choked under pressure, if you've ever felt like your own mind was sabotaging your potential, then the inner game of tennis is a game changer. And trust me, it's not just about sports. It's about tapping into the calm, capable, powerful part of you that's already there. Want to know how to train Self 2 and quiet the critic for good? Stick around, because the next part gets even better. Lesson 3. The Trap of Judgment. Here's something we don't talk about enough. Judgment is sneaky. It doesn't just evaluate, it traps you. Gallwey makes a bold point here. When you judge one shot as good, you automatically judge the next as bad. And just like that, you're no longer playing the game. You're playing with your self-worth on the line. Why did I miss that? I'm such an idiot. I'll never get this right. Sound familiar? But what if you could stop judging altogether? Gallwey introduces a game-changing idea: non-judgmental awareness. It's not about pretending everything is perfect. It's about seeing what is, without adding commentary. Instead of saying, "That was a terrible shot," you say, "The ball went into the net." Simple. Clear. No drama. Because once you take judgment out of the equation, you give yourself the freedom to learn, without shame. Lesson 4. Getting it together: mind, body, and identity. Here's the part that hits deep. You are not your backhand. Let that sink in. You are not your last performance. You are not your mistakes. Gallwey reminds us that the human body is insanely intelligent. It knows what to do, when you let it. Your job isn't to micromanage it, but to hold a clear image of the result you want, and let your body move toward it. It's like pointing a compass, not forcing the ship. And when you make a mistake, don't take it personally. Your backhand failed. You didn't. This separation of identity from performance, that's where real power lies. Because the more you judge, the more your identity gets tangled in a web of, "I'm not good enough." And that narrative, it snowballs. Until every miss feels like a character flaw instead of just a data point. But when you observe instead of obsess, you evolve. So here's the takeaway: if you want to perform at your best, on the court, on stage, at work, or in life, it starts with letting go. Let go of judgment. Let go of control. Let go of the idea that effort has to feel like struggle. The path to mastery isn't about trying harder. It's about trusting deeper. Because the real game, the inner game, isn't about winning points. It's about freeing yourself from the mental patterns that hold you back. Quick quiz: where's your mind right now? If you're like the rest of us, it's already jumped to the next notification, tomorrow's meeting, or last week's blunder. Gallwey knew this wandering mind all too well, and he offers a simple hack hidden in plain sight. Lesson 5. Ride the breath, harness the motion. Your mind is magnetized by things that move. Watch a candle flame, a rally on the baseline, or, yes, your own breathing. The inhale, the exhale, it's a built-in metronome that lures attention back home. Concentration is fascination of mind. Notice that word, fascination. It isn't grim-faced effort. It's curiosity. When you genuinely love what you're looking at, focus arrives on its own. No grit, no grind, just gravity. Lesson 6. Effortless focus is not equal to should. Gallwey's rule: forget shoulds and experience is. The moment you think, "I should move my arm like this," you stop feeling how your arm actually moves. Thinking blocks sensing, sensing fuels learning. Lesson 7. The power behind the spotlight. Gallwey zooms out and drops a philosophical bomb. Consciousness is that which makes all things and events knowable. Attention is focused consciousness. Translation: consciousness is the floodlight that reveals the stage. Attention is the spotlight you direct. Point that beam anywhere: your breath, the ball, the sunset, and suddenly beauty, data, life flood in. Nothing is enjoyed until it's truly known. Lesson 8. Meditation, the inner gym. So how do you train that spotlight? Meditation. It's not woo-woo, it's reps for your attention muscle. Sit, watch the breath drift in and out, notice when the mind skitters away, bring it back, repeat. 5 minutes a day turns scattered awareness into laser focus. Lesson 9. Anxiety's off switch. Next time the nerves spike before a serve, a speech, or a first date, try this. Feel the breath slide across the tip of your nose. Count 5 slow cycles. Anxiety can't coexist with present moment awareness. You just hacked the nervous system, no pep talk required. See the pattern? Gallwey isn't handing out tennis tips, he's handing out operating instructions for consciousness itself. And here's the kicker. You don't have to force focus, manufacture motivation, or bully your brain. You simply notice, breathe, and let fascination do the heavy lifting. Stick with me, because in the final stretch we'll weave all these threads into a playbook you can use anywhere, boardroom, classroom, or championship point. Trust me, you won't want to miss it. By now, you've probably realized, this book. It's not really about tennis. It's about something much deeper. Lesson 10. The inner game off the court. Gallwey puts it perfectly. There are two games. The outer game, against opponents, deadlines, traffic, critics. And the inner game, against doubt, distraction, and fear. One is played for trophies. The other? For truth. And while the outer game changes every day, new goals, new skills, new challenges, the inner obstacles, they all stem from one place, the mind. And so do the tools to overcome them. You want to win the inner game? Gallwey gives you the cheat code: calm, awareness, presence. But don't mistake calmness for passivity. Calmness means separating the real from the unreal, so you can act with clarity. In a world that's loud, fast, and constantly pushing us to chase more, Gallwey asks us to flip the script. Stop trying to improve yourself. Start becoming aware of the beauty of who you already are. Let go of the scoreboard. Detach from results. And ironically, that's when you perform at your best. Because freedom doesn't come from controlling everything. It comes from trusting your inner game. From seeing every obstacle not as a threat, but as a tool for self-awareness. Your life is the inner game, so what's the real prize? Not money. Not medals. We seek that which we can love, and that which brings complete satisfaction. That comes from within. And to reach it, you don't need perfection, you need two things: sincerity and determination. To keep showing up. To breathe. To notice. To grow. Because the ultimate goal, it's not to win. It's to be free. The inner game of tennis may start on the court. But its real power lies in how you live, lead, love, and learn. If this resonated with you, don't just listen, live it. Drop a comment with what hit you hardest, and share this with someone who needs to hear it today. And remember, your greatest strength isn't in how hard you try. It's in how deeply you trust. So here's the final takeaway. The inner game isn't just for athletes. It's for anyone who's ever felt stuck in their own head. Anyone who's tired of chasing perfection. Anyone who's ready to stop forcing and start flowing. Because real mastery, real fulfillment, doesn't come from controlling the outside world. It comes from quieting the noise inside. If the inner game of tennis taught us anything, it's this: you already have the tools. Now's the time to use them. Breathe. Trust. Let go. Play. If this summary sparks something in you, hit that like button, and don't forget to subscribe for more powerful book breakdowns that don't just teach, you feel them. Drop a comment. What was your biggest insight? Or tell me, what's your inner game? Until next time, stay focused. Stay free. And remember, the real game is always within.